So, this whole Fade stuff has to do with Garrus's loyalty mission, which is based on the Citadel. So that would be usually the reason why we'd be going here, or at least for a direct mission would be the reason why we'd be going here. But we are waiting for that until later, as that guy says he doesn't want to wait. Now we're here just to buy some stuffs. Hello, Bailey. And you know, we have made a point
Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
of coming back to the Citadel on several other occasions to buy some stuff, so we may not have much left here that is of particular interest to us.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong.
Hey, Emily.
Horizon has become the
Whereas the other shops in other locations like Ilium probably have more things there we'd like to pick up, like nothing at the cafe.
You don't mix your spice correctly. What cooking school did you say you went to? I don't go to cooking school. I just want something tasty to put on a steak.
Why don't you just go to Fish Dog Food Factory? It's on level 23. Ask for their tummy tingling Tachanka sauce.
That is fantastic. Tummy tingling Tachanka sauce. I want some of that. Alright, so let's just check out our other stores here. See if there is anything remaining that we still want to nab from the Citadel. Otherwise, there's definitely stuff in Nosastra on Ilium that we've not yet purchased, so I know for certain we may want to buy some things there. But we may have actually finished buying things we wanted to buy on the Citadel. But I believe we had some decent options here.
And this is my favorite
Let's see.
store on the Citadel.
We have the Archon Visor, which increases the power recharge time by 5%. Nah, I think we'll pass on that. Here is one of the places where we're kind of trying to cut some costs.
I'm Commander Shepard.
I trust you, Michael. What medical upgrades do you want to get for him?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask random people on the street what they think.
I'm getting the immuno booster. And a drink.
I think he was serious. Strangely enough. Okay, and again, this is just armor, but 10% health is not bad. I mean, it's one of those things where if we do happen to have extra credits at the end, toward the end of the game, then maybe we'll go out.
Where Garrus set up a meeting with the Forger. If you wish to find Fade, Garrus should accompany you.
And we also didn't bring Garrus with us. So that's another reason why we will not do Garrus's loyalty mission right now. That was not the plan anyway. Let us use... Where was it?
It's a delicacy back on Earth.
This. So let's see. We are currently on level 26. 27 is where we came in. So let's look at 28. I mean, you can technically request a new squad member there, but we won't because we're not looking to do Garrus's loyalty mission now. Oh, and I forgot. We also want to do Lair the Shadow Broker, or not Lair, go back to the Shadow Broker base to get additional stuff as well. I totally forgot, but that is something we want to try to do in between, ideally, every major mission. To maximize the benefits from that.
Human,
Hello. Oh, I forgot we don't actually need to talk to you.
Looking around.
look elsewhere. We don't like your kind here.
Well, I'm sorry. Even when I'm buying things from you? No, I didn't want to buy anything from you, actually. Come to think of it. I don't need your stuff. I don't want your stuff. Your stuff is gross. It's bad. Why would I ever purchase it? Why would anyone ever purchase it?
I wish they still made role-playing games like they used to. These days, it's all big choices.
Let's see. I don't think we've been to the Citadel post-Horizon, though. So there may be some new stuff here. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Sorry, dude. Do your thing. Didn't mean to bring Tally and Samara in there. Perhaps not. Perhaps not much going on here after all. Unless we wanted to buy Lara again. Alright, you know what? I mean, despite the fact that we hate you, and never want to see your face again. Other than that, no, I don't necessarily think there's much left on the Citadel for us to do, purchasing-wise. Where's the fast travel spot? We may actually be more or less done here. So I guess we head back to the Normandy. Okay, so nothing there on the Citadel that we wanted to purchase, but there are more places that we can check. And as I was saying, I almost forgot about going to the Lair of the Shadow Broker in order to purchase, or not purchase, but acquire some additional resources. Let's refuel a little bit because that is kind of far away from the fast travel spot in that system. That should do the trick. So that is, oh, for a second, thought that was here, based on where the text was showing up. And now that we are in a post-Horizon world, may even be the case that some systems that we've explored before may have additional areas that are now available to us that weren't before. So that could mean new anomalies that could unlock additional side quests. So, at least in some cases, we'll want to double check as to whether there may be systems that do not have 100% exploration, because we might be looking to do some additional stuff over there in that case. But anyways, we're going to take a quick stop off over here, back at Hagalaz. Alright. So, at the Shadow Broker base, we have our investment opportunities, which I believe we made at least one last time. We'll see how it went. Let's see. So, we had the option of doing some of the... So, some of these are future investments that we can make, and some of these are the results of previous investments that we made last time. So, let's see. So, I think bureaucracy was one we were saying we didn't want to do. So, let's continue to pass on that. Then, blue listed, I think, is another one we want to pass on. Mutually assured income. How do we feel about that one? I think we also pass on it. But we have our mission report from chemical warfare done, so that costs us nothing. So we can just see the results. Success! Your agent warns Binary Helix about a Citadel inspection a week before it happens. And that means we get 2,000 credits. So that is one of the reasons why we wanted to make a point to stop and back off over here at Lair of the Shadow Broker, so that we can get more money, so that when we're buying stuff, we have more money to buy stuff. Then, False Prophets is the new one that just became available. A rapidly growing cult called the Followers of the Exalted Light of the World, or no, of the Word, are gaining a foothold in Omega. Send agents to infiltrate the controversial religion and siphon off donation money for yourself. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong, I ask? Other than that, we have a delivery pickup we can make. And in this case, it's a pretty large quantity of EZO. Bear in mind, EZO is usually much smaller quantities than other resources, and that's a whole lot. We previously were saying how we perhaps already had more EZO than we needed, although we can retrain people's abilities, squad mates, and our own, including our bonus power using EZO. So that could be reason why loading up on a little bit more might be a good thing. Of course, we can't choose what type of resource we happen to get from that supply pickup, but, you know, we may still be able to find a use for the additional EZO. So that sounds fine to me. Then...
high-profile hotel chains are beginning under-the-table negotiations with indenture tech for workers on Voya.
Sure. Whatever you say. We have dossiers. We did not read through all of them last time because it turned out we had more than we initially thought we had. So maybe, at least on some of the people that we did not read last time, it could be worth double checking, like, did we read Garrus's? Garrus is a somewhat new... Well, no, we had Garrus when we did Lair of the Shadow Broker. We definitely not done Samara. We definitely not done Tally. Maybe we read those. Let's see. So, Justicar Samara is an Asari Justicar. Rigidity of Justicar code makes her movements and mission outcomes predictable. Predictable, actually. Mother to free Ardot Yakshi, of which one of which remains wanted for murder in Citadel space. That is what we are trying to resolve. Transmission log 1755 CE. Bear in mind, Samara, as an Asari, has lived for hundreds of years, so yeah, that is a few hundred years ago. Samara, I have called you together to ask something of you. It is not a small thing, but it is for the best. Rila, Valaire, are you receiving this? Valaire, quite well. Rila. Mother. Valaire. We're in a common room. Her communicator's too near the door. Shuts door. Try now, Mother. This news would be best delivered in person, but I am not allowed to travel before tomorrow. I have something I must do. It is hazardous, and thus I must do it alone. What do you mean, hazardous? Tomorrow, I take the oath of solitude. It is to prepare me for the other oaths. But it means... What? It is an oath required of all who... I know what it means, Mother. I'm 42 years old. I've heard of Justicars. I'm 42, okay, Mom? I'm not a baby anymore, which, by Asari metrics, is still extremely young, but of course for humans is middle-aged. Then, do you understand why I must do it? No? The life of a Justicar is dangerous. I will make enemies, and they would seek to use you. That I understand. What is not clear is why you do this in the first place. Is it not enough that we live in 100 light years away from you in a dank fortress? That we have no communicator of our own, but must use this communal one? Do you know what it means to us to hear your voice? I am sorry, Valaire. And now you take that away. That is wounding, but it is the truth. I wish there were some other path. And you called us instead of coming to see us. If I came to see you, I would never leave. You know what that would mean. Is she that terrible, Mother? Is she so much of a menace that you would deny us even ever seeing you? Ever hearing your voice again? My dear, I cannot lose her on the world and pretend I owe her victims nothing. Her crimes are my crimes. In time, you may see as I do. Time is a weak salve for a fresh wound. Please, do not let anger ruin this. We will have our lives to contemplate the pain and loss. Can we not see from one another's eyes for just one moment? Valaire? I don't want to lose you, Mother. Not over someone as small as Marala, or whatever she calls herself now. And Rila? You've been silent. Are you in accord? Let Samara. And Rila? You've been silent. Are you in accord? I can only say I will yearn for you too. Surely, you have more than that. Is this the only way you will have any righteousness, Mother? It will let me live a just life. Then the goddess forbid I take it from you. Rila terminates call. She loves you, Mother. She did not say it, but she does. And you. Can you understand why I must do this? Catch her. Just catch her. And of course, they are referring to none other than Morinth. And that is, just makes it all the more personal. Not only, and those were Samara's other children, the ones that she doesn't see very often because they are basically imprisoned, more or less, whereas they know that Morinth is running off, killing a bunch of people, and that Samara is basically breaking the news to them that she feels the need to go out and stop her. See, but as for her inventory, she's told us in the past that she possesses nothing. Possessions bequeathed by Justicar Samara. Large goods, 4-bedroom home on Thessia. Oh, the things that she's getting rid of to become a Justicar, maybe? Furniture and household appliances. Elkos Sapphire family Skycar. clothing and jewelry, casual clothing, approximately 20 outfits. She had to stay in style. Intimate, negligees, 3. Dancing dresses, 4. She did say in her youth she was one to, hit up the clubs every now and again. Bond ceremony gown, bond ceremony bracelet, hollow locket, images of bondmate, children, reprogrammable, there we go, English, baby and children clothing, various. Miscellaneous. Lifetime Sarah's Fitness membership pass. Gotta hit the gym, gotta stay in good shape, right? First place trophy, amateur skyball league, vid and novel library, various. Photo albums, various. Sculpture of Samara and bondmate. She did seem to be quite close with her bondmate, although of course we know that her children, of course, were actually Arnott Yakshi, and so that probably was a bit of a tough curveball for that relationship. Personalized happy birthday mom travel mug with photo of Samara and children. Oh, that's sweet. Handle cracked and repaired, some glue marks visible. Oh. Memorial sphere, bondmate. Is her bondmate dead, maybe? Birthing breach? I'm not sure what that is. But, yeah, then again, of course, sorry, we've learned generally do not bond with other, by bond, they mean, like, partner. But usually their partners are not fellow Asari, as we've learned. There's a bit of a reputation that Asari get for having a relationship with another Asari. They call them purebloods, and it's, a derogatory comment toward them. So, perhaps it's not so much that the whole, oh, hey, by the way, our children are actually capable of murdering people. Maybe it wasn't that was the relationship breaker with Samara and her bondmate, but it may just be that as an Asari, she significantly outlived her bondmate, and so her bondmate is no more. That would perhaps explain why she has all these mementos of that time. But that's the stuff about Samara. And as for Tally, mechanic and engineer, typical Quarian investment in species future instead of personal advancement. Father's work useful in widening tensions between Geth and Quarian races. Excuse me? Email chain to Shadowbroker from Tally Zora. Bear in mind, in Mass Effect 1, Tally was communicating with the Shadowbroker to get some information, or she had some information about Saren that she wanted to give the Shadowbroker. That is how we initially met Tally, and how we actually got the evidence to show that Saren was behind some of the Geth attacks. And, well, of course, everything changed from there on out, and eventually the Shadowbroker actually tried to send people to assassinate Tally, and we had to rescue her, and that was the very first time we encountered her. So, I know you don't know me. I'm the daughter of Admiral Rael Zora, and I've run into trouble on my pilgrimage. I was investigating a disabled Geth and found a recording that seems to indicate that a Spectre named Saren is working with the Geth. He's betrayed the Council and is working for some group called the Reapers. This is very interesting. Mass Effect 1, basically, I guess you could call it, prequel is maybe not exactly the right word, but what led up to at least that component where we met Tally. I'm on the Citadel now, but Saren's people are after me. This is too big for me to deal with. I'm willing to offer you the information in exchange for protection. Are you interested? Was it Saren's people who were technically tracking her down? I thought it was actually the Shadowbroker who was pretending to protect her, but the people who were supposed to protect her were actually sent there to murder her. So, more exchanges. To Tally from the Shadowbroker, I'm interested, and you were smart to come to me. I have an enforcer on the Citadel named Fist. Of course, we met Fist, and proceeded to kill him. He can protect you. Give him the information, and let him get you someplace safe. Yeah, and so Fist double-crossed her, and that's how that stuff happened, where we needed to rescue her. The Shadowbroker from Tally, no deal. Saren has turned too many people against me. If we're doing this, I want to meet you in person. I can't trust anybody else. And that might have been the turning point where Shadowbroker was like, all right, now you're more trouble than you're worth. Take her out. Shadowbroker, understood. I'll meet you in person. Fist will set it up. And yeah, this is where the very scene in which we found her, it was Tally talking to some of those assassins, actually, who she thought were supposed to protect her, and she goes, no deal, because she says, I wanted to speak directly to the Shadow Broker, and then the assassins are like, see, but here's the thing, no, and they proceed to try to murder her. Right then, to Fist from the Shadow Broker. Okay, now this will be interesting to see how this conversation went. I'm forwarding you the intel on a Quarian named Tali Zora. She wants a meeting, and she's got valuable intel. Get her someplace safe, and avoid any intelligence channels. Spectre Saren Arturius is after her. When you get the intel, kill the Quarian, there you go, and any of our operatives who have access to the data. This information cannot be compromised. Top-level security. You'll be compensated for the loss of any of your people. That is harsh. But, I mean, I suppose we know the Shadow Broker was an expert when it came to dealing and receiving information and did not let those secrets get leaked. And, well, there's your reason. Because anyone who knew about it was killed. Let's see, to the Shadow Broker from Tali, your agent was compromised. He tried to sell me out to Saren. I've turned the information over to a Human Alliance commander named Shepard, and I think I've got all the protection I need. Thank you for your offer, and I hope this does not affect any future exchanges. Oh, after all that happened, little does Tali know at this point that the Shadow Broker was actually orchestrating some of that, and Tali trying to continue the relationship. So then this is from the Shadow Broker. Of course, I apologize for Fist's behavior. Should you ever change your mind, I'd be more than happy to offer my personal protection. Please contact me at your earliest convenience. Also, interesting little tidbit where when you bring squad mates with you to lair the Shadow Broker and actually confront the Shadow Broker before you fight him, obviously we already did that, you have to have Liara as one of those people, you're required to, then the other person is up to you. We brought Garrus, but whoever you bring, Shadow Broker will have a brief comment about them, and it is specific to each party member, so I'm actually curious what it would be for Tali, because as we see here, they actually do have more of a history with each other than really anybody else did, besides, of course, Liara, who at least in between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 did apparently start competing with the whole Shadow Broker business model and started running her own information brokerage stuff. But that was, we never really saw any of that before Mass Effect 2 started up, whereas we, of course, knew and were very deeply involved with this exchange that happened between Tali and the Shadow Broker in Mass Effect 1. Then the keystroke log. Keystroke recording Omnitool use Citadel. Begin new message. Dear Sen and Hessa Joran, I am erase line. Is Tali trying to message somebody using her Omnitool and Shadow Broker's been tracking it? To the parents of Mir Joran Vas erase line. My name is Tali Zora Vas Nima. I led the unit where your son was killed on I mean, this is from stuff that just happened on Haestrom. So I led the unit where your son was killed on Haestrom. Partial line erase. Led the unit on Haestrom where your son died. Partial line erase. Unit on Haestrom where Mir Joran died. Save progress. I didn't know Mir Joran well, but he seemed like a good soldier and a brave young erase line. I didn't get the chance to know Mir very well, but erase line. I only served with Mir for a short time, but I was impressed by his bravery and his commitment to his people. I mean, you gotta admire the effort Tali is putting in. Obviously, difficult message to be sending, but he died so that I could. Nope, erase line. He saved me at the sacrifice of his erase line. He gave his life to get data that the Admiralty Board felt was partial line erase. Maybe leave out the Admiralty Board. To get data that will one day bring us back to the homeworld. Oh, that's big. I don't know if that helps. Partial line erase. Back to the homeworld. And we all honor his sacrifice. Save progress. I regret? No. I am sorry for your... No. I understand that you must be... No. Save draft and exit. Hasn't sent it yet, by the sound of things then. But, remember that name. Sen and Hessa Joran. And Mir Joran. We might see that pop up way in the future. Way in the future. So, just think about that. Think about that. That's Tali. I think Did we ever do Kasumi? We did Cerberus for sure. Don't think we've done Bailey or Arya or Anderson or Hackett. We did the Shadow Broker. I think these are the ones we have not yet done. I think we'll continue to pass on that. You know, we won't do any super long reads on that stuff. We'll just, you know, whenever we have new squad members, or if we don't have new squad members, maybe we'll do a read or two on the other people. Let's see, survey information. Oh, right, this is the stuff where we can find other planets that have a lot of resources on them, but that's probably not necessary. And other than that, we should be pretty good here. That's pretty much all we're looking for. I mean, we can chat with Liara, but I don't believe she has anything new to say to us. Sorry, Liara. I mean, sure, we'll say hello. We'll say hello.
Shepard, I'm glad you came.
Oh, thanks. You know,
Your
glad to be
agents
here.
have finished installing quantum entanglement equipment on Armalai.
Oh. Yeah, we definitely didn't just come here for the monies and resources. We were totally just here to say hello. Pay a visit. That's definitely why we came. Alright, so, now that we've loaded up on a little bit more stuffs from the Shadow Broker base, let us... Actually, this is the way we want to go. Let us head back. So we've checked the Citadel for goodies. We... Not yet gone back to Ilium, but that is the place where we're planning on doing Samara's loyalty mission. That's probably the place we want to go last. Let's go... Or rather, Omega, I should say, is the place where Samara's loyalty mission is, so we'll go there last. Let's go Ilium next, because there's definitely additional stuff we can purchase there, upgrades-wise. Okay, so let us do just that. We still have several missions here, big missions at that, so definitely not going to be the last time we head back here, but this one at least is specifically just for a brief shopping trip. So, I mean, again, shouldn't really be long. We'll take the people we took last time, just because we haven't seen much of either of them, and we've really...
My sources indicate you were in a warehouse recently. Did you by any chance forward a questionable shipping note to a Mr. Thax?
Questionable shipping note to Mr. Thax, you say? This, I believe... Did this come from... Samara's recruitment mission? I think it was. And, we basically got some information in the, Eclipse hideout that looks like it was, of some, perhaps, potentially illegal activity?
It looked suspicious, so I passed it on.
I'm a representative for Mr. Thax. He's very grateful to you. Please accept this as a gift for bringing the shipping irregularities to his attention.
Oh, someone was stealing from him, was it? My memory on this is a little foggy. It was a minor little thing we picked up during Samara's recruitment mission. Samara's recruitment mission. And as for what exactly the implications of it were, though, it escapes me a little bit. So, I mean, what will Thax do with that information?
What happens to the shipping agent who was cheating Thax?
Okay,
That depends
thanks,
on
Shepard.
how sincere her apology is, and how willing she is to correct her mistake.
Okay. Do you need to find another shipper?
Do you want help finding the person who cheated Thax?
Thank you, but that won't be necessary. Mr. Thax will be making a series of polite calls. Hopefully a confrontation will not be required.
That is a weird sentence to hear coming out of a Krogan, but sure.
It was my pleasure.
Have a pleasant day.
I am unable to find much information about Thane Krios. He is understandably difficult to locate. Your former teammate, Liara Tassoni, may have more information. Her office overlooks the trading floor.
Okay, so we already know about trying to recruit Thane. That is not why we're here right now. We got up both Paragon and Renegade points for that, and 40 experience because it was a side quest. But again, the primary reason why we're here is because we want to purchase some stuff. Actually, did we get any? Might have gotten a little bit of money for completing that as well. I'm not entirely sure about that. But let's see.
Very few Quarians ever set foot here.
Ilium doesn't allow the flotilla to approach beyond a certain distance.
Oh.
This is the greatest planet in the galaxy for those who can afford it, and they work hard to keep the Quarian fleet away.
Greatest planet in the galaxy? Those that can afford those are it's lofty praise. But okay, interesting for us to have brought Tally for that reason in that case.
A ton of immediate charity business, followed by a freeze as new colony plans dry up.
We heard this?
Just watch. Sell!
Definitely heard some bickering between those two, but I just remember buy, sell, but nothing much deeper than that. Let's see.
If this is the best you
So,
have, I'll make do.
here we have the bypass module doubling the time of bypass. That's the one that we're pretty good at. Kestrel armors, don't really need those. I mean, I think they are technically a little bit better than what we have right now, but we can't really, or we probably want to save the credits for other stuffs, weapon upgrades, other defensive upgrades, and what have you, if we can. And then if we have credits remaining, then that's when we'll buy that armor. So the other stuff would be here. I mean, maybe we've been pretty aggressive with stopping back off at any shops whenever we finish other missions. It could be that we are just completely done with that.
I have never called you that. No, but you're thinking about it. You think it was easy growing up pure blood? I did some stupid things to get away from the taunts.
And there's more about the whole pure blood thing. We definitely purchased everything there. Remember that.
Solarian.
Oh. So, probably not.
Shut up. Got the damn star chart? Let's go.
Okay, there's a store here.
For me, it's the future.
Yeah, with SMG damage, assault rifle damage, and amplifier plates. That's just gear stuff. I'm thinking, or like armor, as we were saying, which probably the thing that we're trying to see if we can cut. So, assault rifle damage we don't have, whereas SMGs we do. So we might prioritize SMGs for that reason, but we can afford both of these. Let's just see if there's anything else over here we might want to buy and prioritize accordingly. Now this is all cosmetic stuff, and we will probably not purchase those.
Sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for Eclipse?
So there is SMGs, there's assault rifles, so there we go. That's a couple of pretty big upgrades. 30% damage, I think, for both of them. Yeah.
I didn't mean... Okay, look,
that should be quite helpful.
Maybe it needs to be reclassified. Forget it. Do whatever you want.
Alright. Now, last on the list is, of course, to head over to Omega, where we actually have this mission to do. Someone say Shepard? Not hear who this was who was supposedly doing this charity work, but I feel like there's a non-zero chance that it is someone that we knew about at one point or another. We check both of these, or just one of them? Oh, we saw this. Okay. We're fine. There is a store upstairs in the bar, but it's just for drinks, I think, so I don't believe there's anything of note up there.
There we go.
Which means...
Run away, you bastards. Get
Oh.
your colony plans.
That's disgusting. You're making money off people's fear.
Yes, I am. By the shipload. Whereas your stock just fell like it was in a high-gravity environment.
Ooh. And there's fighting words, dude. But anyways, that may be more or less the last of the upgrades we are looking to purchase on Ilium here, outside of potentially the armor if we happen to have extra money lying around. But that's a good sign. We are, as we previously established, looking pretty good on the Citadel. Pretty darn good on Ilium as well. As for Omega, we did check that a little while back, so we might not have much, if anything, left to purchase on Omega either. So, good sign. Alright. Got those upgrades. I suppose, do we have to? I always forget. Feels like it. Sometimes we've had to still actually purchase them. Sometimes we've gotten them immediately. Oh no, you know what it is? You know what it is? We get them immediately when we purchase them. We don't need to subsequently spend additional resources for it. It's that sometimes those have unlocked or uncorked a bottleneck, whatever metaphor you want to use, for subsequent upgrades. So, because remember, the ones we purchased were 30% damage for assault rifles, 30% damage for SMGs. Here we have assault rifle damage, and here we have SMG extra rounds. So, here's the thing. In both of these cases, we actually may not want to spend the Iridium for these. We don't have access to assault rifles, so the accuracy doesn't affect us at all. I don't know how much of a difference that really makes for squad mates using assault rifles. It may not matter much at all. So I'm a little reluctant to throw away the resources on that. And then SMG extra rounds does help us, because we certainly do run out of ammo every now and again. It depends on the mission, depends on the area, but there have been times when we've run out of ammo entirely on all weapons, and there have certainly been times when we run out of ammo on the SMG. Of course, shotgun is still our primary weapon, but the reason why we might not want to do this, let's see, submachine gun rounds improves SMGs for your entire squad. My question is this the total ammo? Is this the clip size? Or is it both? Because when it comes to clip size, that's one reason why we actually could consider deliberately not making the upgrade, because it's kind of a little bit of a, well, I don't know. When it comes to squad mates using weapons, rapid fire weapons that have multiple rounds in a clip, they will generally fire all those rounds. Then, once they've done so, duck behind cover, assuming that they're in cover, reload, and then once they have reloaded, wait a little bit, pop up, shoot as much as they can until they need to reload, pop back down, rinse, repeat. The problem with that is that if they're standing up and they don't stop shooting until they've shot every bullet in that clip, then longer clips mean they could be standing up there right out in the open for quite a long time, and that is potentially a recipe for your squad mates to just get killed more quickly and easily. That's why be interested to know if this is just the total ammo, the clip size, or both. I imagine it's at least total ammo, but it might also be clip size. We'll do it. There is that potential downside, as I was saying, but we'll do it. Doesn't look like there's a subsequent upgrade there. And I think that's all for the moment. So now let's head out to Omega.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thank you, Kelly. And let us make the trip. And we will indeed help Samara here. So, let us go to Omega. Okay, when it comes to picking our squad here, of course, at least specifically for Samara's loyalty mission, we're going to need Samara. Usually when it comes to these missions that are on sort of a hub world planet like Omega, not that it's a planet, but space station, you know what I mean. Nosastra / Ilium, the Citadel, we can pick a group of people for just walking around, and then once the actual mission starts, we can select a different squad. And that may be significant here. That may be significant because, well, I was starting to say it when we were going over to the Citadel, but I meant it for Omega. That being that we may have somewhat, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but some minor additional lore things for specifically this visit to Omega post Horizon, if we bring Miranda and Jacob. So let's bring them, and we are gonna wait to allocate more points for us. We're gonna just throw more points in Cerberus Operative for Jacob, because I'm not a fan of Barrier. And for Miranda, we still can't quite afford upgrading Overload or Warp, but I mean, both of those are obviously great options. And weapons shouldn't matter here, I don't think. Every once in a while, fight does break out here.
However, given the reputation of Ardat Yakshi among the Asari, Arya T'Loak may have tracked her movements.
So, that's the other thing, is that we actually do have a quest to turn in for Arya right now, because when we were doing Garrus's recruitment mission, we collected a data pad that apparently had some evidence or some kind of information that would displease Arya, but that she probably would still like to know about. Datapad has been recovered while attempting to recruit Archangel. It contains information that Arya T'Loak, ruler of Omega, will want to see. So, we still need to bring that to her. We've not yet had the chance to do that. So, we have reason to talk to her for that, and then also for the loyalty mission. So, Samara Ardat Yakshi is what we are going to do here eventually. Samara's daughter Morth suffers a rare genetic defect that allows her to destroy her partner's mind, and Samara has a good lead on Morth's whereabouts and wants to end her daughter's career of being a serial killer. So, we are on Omega, we now need to talk to Arya. That's simple. Ask her if she has any leads on Morth. So that's the plan. Basically, probably do some quick shopping, then head over to Arya. Oh, away they go. So the shops are in this direction, if I remember correctly. That they are.
You told me about Jacob, didn't you?
Jacob? I know a Jacob. I may know a Jacob.
Jacob Taylor? I certainly didn't expect to see you again.
I'm sure you didn't.
No, please. So many years have passed since Tortuga. Lots of water under the bridge.
So you two know each other?
I take it you've met each other before.
Jacob and I worked a mission with Ish a few years back. He helped us with some information.
You sent me into a nest of Turian thugs in a Batarian ambush.
Hey now, my job was to get you inside. Anything more would have cost you extra.
Sounds like you guys are not really friends, even if you were business partners of sorts at one point.
Is this gonna be a problem?
If we don't walk away, I promise he'll give you a reason to shoot him.
Is there something we can do for you here?
It sounded like you were watching us, Ish. You need something?
Well, if you'd be so kind, I hoped you might consider a proposition. I need
Oh?
skilled, trustworthy people to take care of a little business for me. Nothing illegal, of course, but it's paying work.
Something tells me it is illegal. Can you tell us more about this Ish guy?
What kind of business do you do?
Important business. So important that, with your help, we can change Omega.
That sounds like... sweet talk. Just a whole bunch of sweet talk.
What do you mean we can change Omega?
Well,
Also very
I don't
vague.
want to say anything, but certain people here have business deals with people throughout the galaxy. If we were to have information involving those deals, we could make some ripples around here. That's all I'll say.
Okay, what exactly is it you need then?
I'm listening.
I'm in the information business, specifically the buying and selling of privileged material. It's nothing illicit. I just need someone to pick up packages in certain locations and bring them to me here.
Okay, can you give us any more information than that?
What's your angle?
No angle. I'm a simple businessman. What do you say?
Alright, if you insist.
My contacts use specific drop points. I need you to look outside Merib's shop on the Citadel and inside Eternity on Ilion. Look around for anything that might hold a data package and bring those packages to me. Good to see you alive, Jacob.
Oh, alright, so that's why we brought Jacob and Miranda, because they have little bit of history with Ish, and I was talking about this a little bit before, but there are, in fact, Mass Effect comics. Oh no, it's not comics where these two know each other from. It's, actually, there's a Mass Effect mobile game that used to be out, but is no longer out unless you've already purchased it and downloaded it. But, in which these two, or these three, really, did business together and things did not go according to plan, as Jacob said. But, obviously, in hindsight, given how this mission is saying that we should go back to the Citadel and Ilium to find packages and deliver them back to this dude, perhaps would have been better if we had done this in a slightly different order, but, you know, I don't think there's that much time sensitivity to this matter, so should be fine either way. We can perhaps wait until a future occasion to pick up those packages. The end is nigh, by the way, in case you didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry.